Let's study endgame, white to move and win. As you can see, white has two rook pawns. And speaking of rook pawn, most of the time, or at least higher percent in the game, endgame specifically, rook pawn will lead to a draw game. So you have nothing to worry, it's rook pawn. But that is a case-to-case basis. If there's a small percent that rook pawn will be an advantage is this kind of position. So not all the time rook pawn will lead to a draw game. So there's an opportunity for you to win a game if you will move accurately. So this is white to move and win. So let's solve this one. There are three options for white here. Obviously, two pawns and a king. Let's try moving first a2 to a3. In this position, this will lead to draw game. That's a bad move. Why? Because of the king c5. The idea of king c5 is, of course, to prevent the a4 going to a8 square and to become a queen. Now, king d7, king b6, let's say king d6. And what will you do? King a5, capture, capture. And there is no way for white to stop the black king capturing the a3 pawn. So a3 move is a wrong one. Let's try moving king to d7 immediately, which is also a bad move. Why? After king c5, the target is king b6. Alright, let's try to oppose the black king, but just king b4, everything is all good for black. Of course, you have to capture that one. If you will move here, and then king takes, once again, no way for white to defend the a2 pawn. So let's go back. So the only move to get the win here is to go a4 to a5. Now, two options for black. c5 and king c5. Let's go by moving first the c5 pawn. It's like it's like a losing for black because you are blocking the pathway of the black king. But let's see. a6, c4, a7 for c3 after a8, c2, and now queen a3. The idea after of king c4 here, there is no way for black to force the white king to move away from c1. So a5 is the correct one and c5 will lead to at least a clear win for white. Now, let's go by moving king to c5. The idea is to go to here, king b4. In order for you to prevent that one is to have to move a2 to a4. Now, this king cannot attack the pawn at the back because that would be an easy pass pawn for white. So let's try to move king d6. Find a way to stop the a pawn. King to d8 opposition. c5. Now the idea is at least give way for the black king. a6. King c6. And once again, you have to play accurately here or else you may lose the game or draw. If you will move a7, obviously, that's a lose for white. There is no way now for white king to support the two pawns at the same time stopping the pass pawn of black. So pushing the pawn immediately is a wrong one. Or let's say king to c8 opposing black king. No, because of the king b6. Once again, a lose for white. So just take it easy. a4 to a5, preventing once again the black king to attack the a6 pawn. So c4, a7 once again is a bad move because of the moving here, king b7 and a lose for white. King c8 opposing the black king. c3, a7, c2, and check. There's an in-between move. Let's say king b5. We only have to do is to go queen h1. If capture, of course, a clear win for white.